Y'all know how I do. And we know that the last week, me and nature want friends, baby. I guess we probably can say I'm getting my second wind. I'm excited about that. But they're beautiful. But we got some blushing ones. Shishito peppers don't stand a chance in my house. Got it. Good morning. Welcome to Yellow Door Urban Homestead. I am Asia and I'm an urban gardener growing in a small space out in my backyard. And I know normally if I'm standing here and I'm talking, it's a garden tour. It's not a garden tour today. I don't know if we're gonna get a garden tour this week. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I'm gonna tell you why. Because, so it's the mid-July, right? And we all saw my frustrated video from the ants. And I was thinking to myself, you know what? I'm just switching to fall, like I'm gonna turn my attention to fall. And I have turned my attention to fall. So my seedlings are started, some of them. I still need to start some seedlings. I still need to do some herbs, right? My seeds are started, not my seedlings. But I'm not doing that. I just needed a moment. I am turning my attention, but I'm still gonna try to get another harvest from this summer. I have so much extra space this year. And in previous years, I was like, man, I really wish that I could try to get a second harvest without having to pull things that's still doing well. And so this year, I'm not going to let the mid-July get to me right now. I will tell you, and if you are not new here, you probably know right now that the height and all the bushiness is starting to get to me. That's how I get like mid-July. I'm like, hey, listen, let's just pull this stuff out. I'm not doing that this year, right? I'm not doing that this year. What I'm gonna do, what I'm doing right now, and I had started working and didn't have the camera on, and I was like, let me go get the camera. I hadn't gotten far. Because I got up late this morning. My son purchased a car yesterday, and if you've ever purchased a car, which I'm sure everybody has, that took forever. We didn't get home until after, I wanna say 11. I did get up early, but I didn't get out the bed until I was ready to get out the bed. So, what I'm doing, I'm about to fertilize my heavy feeders. My tromboncino squash is starting to finally move up the trellis, starting to look good. If you remember, it struggled for a very long time. So I'm about to fertilize with some fish emulsion so that while it's getting established at this point, and I'm super excited because I like to grow tromboncino squash. Like I said, it doesn't have like an amazing taste or anything. I just like to grow it because it's really cool. So I'm gonna fertilize the tromboncino squash. I'm going to fertilize the one honey boat delicata squash that I have left. Vine borer got the last one. I think vine borer got 3 of them and I planted 4. So there's 1 left. I'm gonna fertilize that. It's starting to move up the trellis. I'm gonna show y'all. I'm just kind of talking through what I plan to do. Also, those squash that what I've been thinking is squash, I think they're actually pumpkins. I'm gonna tell you why. I think they're pumpkins because I took some of the chicken bedding out and put it into the bed where they volunteered. Last year in fall, after like, you know, Halloween season and things like that, I put a post on my Facebook page, my personal Facebook page, asking like my friends, if y'all got pumpkins, I'll take them. The chickens would love it. I think they're pumpkins. I think that's also why we're saying it's taken so long to see any kind of fruit from it, but we'll see. So I'm probably gonna fertilize those too. They look really good. And true story, I'm probably going to save the seeds from those because a vine borer has already went into that plant and that plant is still alive, still thriving for now. Hope I'm not talking too soon. So I'm probably going to save. Y'all, the bee just almost went in my coffee. It's bees everywhere out here this morning, so that's exciting on the cucumbers. So I'm going to, so sorry. Y'all know how I do. I'm gonna fertilize those pumpkins. We're gonna call them pumpkins for now and we'll see what they are, but I'm not gonna pull them. They look really good. Other thing I'm gonna do, and we may not get this all done today because like I said, it's already kind of late and the sun gonna be hitting this garden in a minute. Although it's a little cloudy this morning, it rained something terrible last night, which is not bad. Also, which makes it easier for me to fertilize because I don't have to water first. Woohoo! Yay! Yay for nature. And we know that the last week, me and nature want friends, baby. But the other thing is the purple Greenstalk, it is spent, right? I have not gotten like a regular cucumber harvest. My lemon cucumbers are doing great, but I haven't had a really good like regular cucumber. I'm not trying to make pickles, but I do like to eat cucumber feta and tomato salad. So I'm gonna plant some more cucumbers in there as well as some beans. So we're gonna pull anything that's spent. Also, I think it's time to harvest the potatoes. I think those vines are pretty much dead. So we probably gonna we're gonna harvest those potatoes. We hope it's potatoes in there. And then we're gonna reset that green stalk and we're gonna replant the green stalk. Still getting beans off of it, but the plants just look spent. So we're gonna do that too. Last thing I'm planning to do between today and tomorrow is to pull the tomatoes that's behind the block beds, and we are going to plant any paste tomatoes that I have in the greenhouse, because I do want to get some more paste tomatoes. And so that's the extent of today and tomorrow, I think, unless I move through this really, really fast, and then we're gonna do something else. Also, I'm thinking of pulling the purple potted pole beans that we've had since I first planted and replanting those as well. So I don't know, we're gonna see. We're gonna reset the garden in hopes of getting a second summer harvest before we start planting in the garden for fall. Oh, also have some things to harvest. It's not a lot. I have been harvesting. So I'm looking over at this pepper plant where I can literally see all the ants sitting on the leaves. Like, that's how many of them there is. I have not gotten any traps yet. Also gonna do that this weekend as well. So that's what we're gonna do. And I don't know what we have things to harvest. So I'm gonna take some basil, make some more pesto, freeze that. We have a good amount of cayenne peppers that's ready to go. We have Jimmy Nardellos that I'm probably gonna pull. We have some blushing tomatoes. So we have a lot to do. So this may span over a few days, but let me stop talking and get to work before the sun get here. And so right now, I'm mixing up the fish emulsion. This is a 2-gallon watering can. And so I put 2 cups of fish emulsion into this 2-gallon watering can. And I am gonna walk across this bed to get to those Tromboncino squash because, like I said, the peppers have ants on them. I'm just working around the ants and the peppers, mostly because I'm pretty sure, like I said, that there are beneficials on those plants. So I'm just working around them. And I did not use, so at this point, like I just said, I'm getting a little bit burnt out, but I'm doing things easy to still keep the garden going, right? So yes, I have rainwater, but if I use the rainwater, I gotta walk all the way over there, walk all the way back around the garden to get over here to these Tromboncino squash. So today, I'm using the city water. I'm using the city water to make this easy for me, and it is what it is. I think that you have to do what works for you in your garden. So yes, normally I would use rainwater. This morning, I'm not feeling like I have the energy to walk around this garden to water everything with rainwater when I could just use the city water. So that's what I'm gonna use. So I'm also making sure that I water that tree collard just because it's a heavy feeder sitting right beside another heavy feeder. So I make sure that I feed, I think I said water. So I make sure that I feed that tree collard as well. But now let's move on to the other side of the garden. I'm probably gonna have to make one more container or watering can of this fish emulsion, but we're gonna go ahead and get this stuff fertilized and then move on probably to the Greenstalk. Let me show you real quick the Tromboncino squash. Okay, so you see it, that's the Tromboncino squash finally starting to move up. So these have been in since I planted in spring and they're just now starting to get to moving, which is fine. I still have a good amount of time and I don't use my trellises in the fall. So I need to get it off. It's going over to the pepper plant. I need to get it back over here on the trellis, but I'm excited to see it. Very excited to see it. I guess we probably can say I'm getting my second wind, which, you know, my second wind, normally I'm also not working. So that's probably what it is. Because normally, like when I was working, the second wind didn't really come. I let this stuff do whatever it was gonna do, and then I waited for fall. But I'm not gonna do that this year. I'm not. So let's move on to what I think are now pumpkins. We're gonna walk around because the tomato plant is hanging in the walkway right there. So we just gonna walk around. It's another thing about having small space gardening or compact gardening. Like for me, I have packed my backyard so much that I really can't move around it easily anymore, but it's okay. I'm growing food. By the way, one of my sunflowers in the middle has finally bloomed, so I know the rest of them are coming. It's gonna be absolutely beautiful, y'all. So these are the plants I'm talking about over here, right beside the chicken area, I'm pretty sure that they're pumpkins. So, you know, most of the time with squash plants, pumpkins, you're gonna get the male flowers first, and then the female flowers will come later. And I think that this probably is some kind of long maturing pumpkin, but we're gonna see, y'all. We're gonna keep taking care of it because the plant looks amazing. It just looks really good. It's really no point in me pulling it just because I don't know what it is. Now, I don't eat pumpkin. We don't really eat pumpkin around here. But if we were to get some pumpkins, that would be cool. I could use it for decoration, even though I didn't plant it on purpose. But I think it's a great little, addition to the garden this year. Also, it's probably about to fill up this trellis, and then every arch trellis will be covered. I don't know if that has ever happened in my garden before. I always have one trellis that, you know, there's some kind of problem and is not covered. So I'm excited about that. And there are 4 of these back here. So I'm going to do all 4 of them. And I'm going to wait on doing fertilizer, well, a full strength fertilizer on the new squash, the Costa Romanesca that I put in. I'm going to wait to do that, let them get a little bit bigger, because a full amount, like full strength, could burn those plants because they're still small. So I'm going to wait on that, but let's finish fertilizing. We have 2 more over here. They look really good going up the trellis. And then we also should have some beans that's going to start going up the trellis as well. So that's exciting. I don't really fertilize my beans too much. I'm going to go ahead and fertilize these basil too. And this is another squash that I put in. I don't really remember which one it is, but this is another one. I'm going to go ahead and just throw some fertilizer all the way across here. I don't like focus on fertilizing my beans. I haven't found that that's necessary. I need to go make 1 more of these so I can fertilize the other volunteer, what I think is a pumpkin, and that 1 honey boat squash, because I want some honey boat squash bad, y'all. So I've also decided the 3 small peppers that we were working on, because we have the aphid problem, I have heard an ant. See, that's why I am suited up. Like I told y'all, I suit up before I have to be anywhere near the pepper plants because the ants are everywhere. But what I've decided is, because we have so many aphids, and as I understand it, aphids are drawn to nitrogen. That's what I've been hearing. So I'm not going to fertilize them with fish emulsion any longer. The plants do have, my chicken is eating out of the, is eating the oyster shells out of the bag. It's probably nothing on me, but once I see them, I feel like they are. Anyway, she eating the oyster shell out of the bag. I need to go and move that. Anyway, so I'm not going to fertilize them with fish emulsion anymore. At this point, those plants are, whatever I get off of them is, I'm happy. I'm going to harvest it, but I'm just going to hopefully allow them to stay the way they are, aside from putting out the traps so that the beneficials can stay there and work on the plant for me. So that's my plan with that. But they look good. I'm going to show y'all real quick. They look good. Like, if I was able to continue to work on them, if I felt like it was necessary for me to continue to work on them, like it was going to make a big difference for like the ants and aphids, I would, but I'm not. But let me show you them. But because I want you to know that a plant that appears to be stunted or appears to not be growing, sometimes, not all the times, it's a nutrient thing. So if you're not new here, this here, this here, and this here, and this is like loaded with shishito peppers, if you can see it. I hope you can see it. I need to come and get them, or we'll get them today. Loaded with shishito peppers. All 3 of these plants appeared to be stunted, but I decided to put some rabbit manure in here and to start fertilizing them with fish emulsion. They've started growing and they've started producing. If I was able to continue to work on them, or not able, because I can do whatever I want to do, but I don't want to make this aphid problem any worse. It's already bad. Then I am sure they would be the same size as every other pepper that's in this garden that has grown well. I'm just choosing not to do that. I did look at my pepper plants, and there are a lot of those little white things on there. So I'm gonna let nature do its thing. So, all right, I think the next thing we're gonna do, oh, there's a little bit I'm so sorry, y'all. This is how my brain works when I'm out here by myself, but I'm recording, but I'm not gonna change it up because that's just not my channel. So the other thing I need to do is that basil that we recently planted, looking amazing. So I'm gonna use what's left in this container to fertilize this basil real quick. Then we're gonna move on, and I think we're gonna start harvesting. I think that's my best option, because tonight I'm also gonna get all of that stuff off of my table. I'm giving some of the tomatoes away, some of the sliced tomatoes, because we're not gonna eat through those sliced tomatoes that fast. So I'm giving some of those away. Somebody gonna pick up some later on today. And then the red tomatoes going in the freezer, and we're gonna get all of the peppers into the dehydrator. I don't know that I'm gonna record that, but I'm just telling you what I'm planning to do. Also, someone asked, and I guess other people may wanna know what kind of dehydrator I use, what kind of grinder do I use. I use a London Sunshine dehydrator, and then a Corsori, I think is what it's called. I got it from Amazon, the Corsori. And then I also use a Krups Vortex for my grinder. I use it for my coffee beans, and then I also use it to grind my peppers up once I dry them. And then if I do tomato skins, I'll use that too. They work really well. I got that from Amazon too. So if y'all remember, we just planted these 2 basil. They're looking really good. So I'm gonna go ahead and fertilize them. There's also a squash back there. I don't know what kind it was, but I just planted that too. So I'm gonna fertilize that. This is not a great time to be fertilizing. I'm sure you can see the sun now, but what I'm doing is making sure I don't get it onto the leaves, because I know I've heard people say that fish emulsion doesn't burn because it's natural, but I've also watched fish emulsion kill a plant, a smaller plant, when I fertilize in the middle of the day. And so between the fish emulsion and the sun, something is happening. I'm not scientific, I haven't done the research, but I've seen it happen in my garden. These are the tomatoes I was telling y'all had fallen over, and I couldn't really walk through, but we just gonna push them up. These will be coming out soon. Like I said, they are, they still have some tomatoes on them, so that's why I'm leaving them, letting them blush, but they'll be coming out soon. None of the peppers in the beds have aphids on them. I also just got that all over this plant. Hopefully it'll dry before the sun gets to it. But I wasn't paying attention. I was talking to y'all, trying to see if there's anything else I should fertilize with this fish emulsion. I'm gonna throw it somewhere because I don't want to leave it in here. Fish emulsion smells. Oh, we'll just do these Swiss chard. But I'm not planning to fertilize everything this morning. Just the stuff that I know could use some fertilizer, that are heavy feeders. And like, I'm not fertilizing the tomatoes anymore. I'm not gonna fertilize the peppers because of the aphids. The tomatoes because they dying. Ain't no need to use my resources on that. The peppers because of the aphids. So I've decided, at least not with fish emulsion. If I decide, it's very dark over here. If I decide to fertilize the peppers at all, it'll probably be with like comfrey tea, which I do have a little bit of that. All right, let's get to harvesting. We're gonna go ahead and get these Jimmy Nardellos first, just because we already over here and we already had ants on us, so let's just do it. And I'm not gonna take y'all with me just because I want to get in and out, in and out. And some of them aren't completely, they're not completely ripe, but with my problem over here, I just want to get them before something else does. But they're beautiful, beautiful and delicious, y'all. I mean, if you haven't grown them, just give them a try. Jimmy Nardello peppers are delicious. Like this one was already, there we go. So sorry, y'all. We're already starting to do this. I don't even know what it's called. There's a name for it. So pretty much ready to harvest. They will ripen on the table in the house. So we'll go ahead and put that in our basket. By the way, botanical interest, there's a link down in the description, and you can get a percentage off of seeds and anything else on there if you use that link. And I get a little bit of commission from it, so it supports the channel, so I appreciate it. Let me get these, what do you call those things? Let me get these shishito peppers, y'all. I can take y'all over here for this. They not deep in there. So this is one of the peppers we were working on, and it is producing nice shishito peppers for us. Really do wish, yep, hold on, I'm coming. Let me get these peppers. I want to talk, but I also don't want ants all over me. It's okay. It's all right. Let's go. Got a few shishito peppers off of there. I'm excited about that. There are other shishito peppers in the garden, and so we're gonna get those too. So, all right, next thing I think I saw, let me see. Oh, the corn is coming up. It's coming up spotty. Let me show y'all real quick. So right there we have one. Right there we have one. One is coming up right here. Then there's one right there too. The seeds were old. A subscriber sent me just like a whole bunch of seeds at some point last year, and they were old. So I think I planted 2 or 3 in each. I can't remember. Listen, y'all. I can't remember. Yeah, they are actually on me now. It's okay. Look, it's fine. So they were kind of old. I think I put 2 or 3 seeds in each hole. So we'll see how that goes. We'll see how the germination goes. We have a few blushing tomatoes. Let me grab those. So they're on these plants right here that we're gonna be pulling out soon. But we got some blushing ones. I want all the red tomatoes. You know, it's so funny because in previous years, all I wanted was slicer, heirloom, pretty colored tomatoes. This year, my focus is on red tomatoes because my focus is also on preserving them, making just a whole bunch of sauce. I might try a little bit of salsa, but I want a lot of sauce because we eat a lot of spaghetti sauce, and that's what I want. So I'm focusing on these red tomatoes this year. Saw a few more. I can see them from in between. Also, there's some cherry tomatoes in here. I really have not been focusing on grabbing cherry tomatoes. I really haven't, but since we're out here, I might as well. I've really been focusing on the slicers, the paste. Those are the ones I've been focusing on. Uh-oh, that one fell. Can see one from down here. Yeah, they're kind of small now too, but they can go into a sauce. We got some cherry tomatoes too. There's one right here too. All right. There's some cherry tomatoes in there that's split. We're not gonna worry about those. And if I had tied these up like I was supposed to quicker, we wouldn't be having this problem. But it's okay. Those cherry tomatoes may fall and then we may get volunteers next year. So I'll take it. Hey girls. The girls are making lots of noise. Got one right here. Does not look the best, but I could cut that off and use it now. And I wouldn't preserve this. This is something I wouldn't preserve, but I can cut that off and use it now. Maybe. It's kind of looking like mold though. I don't know. I'm gonna take it in the house and see what we're working with. But this is also why I want to get some more paste tomatoes planted, because these tomatoes are dying out and I want some more paste tomatoes. That's another one right there. All right, let's get some of these cayenne peppers. I'm pretty sure that's all I saw in here. There are also some lemon cucumbers we can get, but we're gonna get these peppers. And I harvested from these peppers the other day, but I didn't record it. Pretty sure I mentioned that in my last video. But like, these are jalapeno peppers right here, and they're already starting to do the little thing, which is normal once they get older. And these are small, but so are these plants. And the plants over here don't have aphids except for this one right here, which is a jalapeno plant, but I'm still harvesting off of them because the plants are still producing. So I'm still gonna take whatever comes from them. Like, look at that. That's a nice size one too. There's a few nice size ones, but yeah, these plants also have aphids, but we're still just gonna harvest off of them, whatever they're willing to give us. All right, this one, I think we can let them go a little bit. Normally, if they're ready, when you push it up, just like that one popped off, it'll just pop off. If it doesn't, that one popped off, I just let them stay for a little while, because they'll pop off when they're ready. Got a few shishitos on this little plant. Now the shishito peppers, I haven't really noticed that to be the case. Or I'll tell you why the shishito peppers for me probably don't do that. Because I harvest my shishito peppers small. I like them small. But if I were to wait more than likely until they were actually ready, then more than likely they would pop off too. So it's cool. Like, these popped off along with a piece of the plant, but shishito peppers, we'll be eating those today. Shishito peppers don't stand a chance in my house. Not when they, like, as soon as they come off, I'm eating them, y'all. But these are my cayenne longs. So we're gonna grab what is completely red off of here too. This plant is like loaded with cayenne peppers. And I'm gonna dehydrate these and powder them down, because I also still need to use my peel maker. And this was one of the things I wanted to put in the peel maker. but I didn't have any cayenne peppers at the time. And then you can use it. It's good medicinally. I'm also gonna use these for the chickens. There are quite a few on here, I'll show you, that are blushing. So in a day or two, we'll be coming back to get more, but there's quite a few that's blushing right now. But for now, I'm gonna leave those on the plants, let them finish blushing. Oh, I see another blushing tomato. Let them finish blushing and we'll come and get them another day. Sun is out. There's another one. Oh, I also watered the greenhouse earlier today before I turned on the camera. So let's look into these cucumbers real quick. And then I think we're gonna be done with harvesting. We're gonna move on to the Greenstalk. All right, let's see. Let's see, y'all. I know I saw a few. There's one right there. Cucumbers, I have to remember to harvest them. The more you harvest, the more they grow. So that's a lemon cuke. I love them. I think they are absolutely delicious. I feel like they have a little duller taste than a regular cucumber, but I do like them. I think I saw one down here. Oh, it's kind of small still. We'll leave that for a little while. Let it get a little bit bigger. These cucumber plants are like just really big and all over the place. Cucumber and cantaloupe, it's a mix. Oh, there goes another one. I thought I saw another one. It's a lot of bees in here too, but they ain't worried about me. They trying to get to their pollen, which is fine. We want them to stay here and get to their pollen. Give me some more cucumbers. So we got two. We had pretty spotty germination on the beans that we replanted, which is fine. I'm just gonna let them grow and do their thing. Maybe if they have a little bit of extra space, they'll grow, you know, more and bigger. Y'all, it's some huge mushrooms. They just look gross in my garden bed. But as I understand it, it's either good soil or too moist. And either one of those could be the case. I'm just leaving them, they'll die back. Right now, I'm harvesting what I can find on this Greenstalk because everything that's in here is coming, well, not everything, because I think there might be a pepper plant in here. There's some eggplant in here, but wherever I can, I'm gonna put cucumbers and I'm going to put, what did I say? Cucumbers and more beans because all of these plants are pretty much spent. So we're taking whatever is on here because today we're gonna move this somewhere in the shade. I am gonna take it apart because I'm going to amend it as well. So we're gonna just move this somewhere over there where there's some shade to amend it and then replant it. I'm gonna direct sow cucumbers into it and direct sow beans into it. But like I said, we are gonna leave some things, not these tomatoes. Those are a patio variety of tomato. And I think they've lived their life. We're gonna harvest the potatoes out of here. Like I said, there's an eggplant. We're gonna leave that, probably gonna leave that basil that's in there. This was a fennel that didn't do well. Gonna take that out. I think these marigolds are gonna go too. So we'll see what we need to pull. But right now we're just gonna get everything off of here so we can keep working and keep moving, y'all. I got a whole bunch of poblano peppers the other day off of that poblano pepper in this middle row. The one that started growing the best, the soonest. So it does have aphids on it. There are some other basil in here. These little ones, I'm gonna leave those too. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and, go ahead and redo this Greenstalk to get another harvest. So let me take this in the house. Pretty sure that was all I saw, but oh, let me show you. Small harvest, but a harvest nonetheless. And I'm very excited about those Geminidello peppers. Very excited. I'll be right back. I think that's it. I'm looking at the peppers in the middle, but I harvested those peppers in the middle earlier this week. So those are the mushrooms I was telling y'all about. They huge, y'all see them? Like, I don't know what they are. I'm just gonna let them die back and go back into the soil, but they are huge. It's been very wet here though, so it makes sense. Anywho, we're gonna set up right here, harvest the potatoes, and then get to redoing this Greenstalk. So let me get the Greenstalk and then I'm gonna be back with y'all. Ants over here too. It's okay. It's okay, guys. I'm talking to myself if I'm honest, because baby, the ants, girl, they trying me. Just move them a little bit. But we'll go ahead and try not to break any of the plants that I'm hoping to keep. Oh, I'm also gonna use the trellising system that comes with the Greenstalk. Trying to get a good handle on this. Before I pick it up, oh, nice. Got it. So before I pull the rest of them, this is the one that had the potatoes in it. And you can see for the most part, the potatoes aren't really alive. So we're gonna harvest them now. They are also wet. But at the rate I'm going, if I'm waiting for the rain to stop, it just don't seem like it's gonna happen. So let's see here, we take this trellis out. This will be my first time resetting a Greenstalk. Also, this is my first time growing potatoes in a Greenstalk as well. I'm gonna find some snips because I am gonna leave the bean stem in here. The only plants that I'm doing that with, it's literally the only plants I'm doing that with. I'll be right back. So I grabbed the other trellises. I think that's what they call those. Are they trellises? Plant supports. So I'm gonna snip these here. All of this stuff, I'm gonna put it in the compost bin, even though I'm not taking care of it, you know. It can still go in there. But we're gonna take these plants out. Yeah, pretty much, they was pretty much going anyway. And then I did grab some gloves. I'm gonna just snip off the top of this plant. And now we're gonna see. Now we're gonna see what we got out of this for potatoes. I have more potatoes. If this did well, I'm gonna plant some more potatoes in here for, not in this one specifically, but I'm gonna plant some more potatoes and hopefully I could get a fall harvest. But let's see what we got in here. Ooh, wee. Y'all, hold on. Now we just at the top, but we definitely got potatoes in here. Let's pull these out. Definitely got some potatoes. That's a nice one. I maybe should have put the plant closer to the middle. It might have been constricted over in this little hole, but the point, because we got this big one and a whole bunch of small ones, I think if I had put it maybe closer to the middle, the actual potato, I don't know, we're gonna try it, but we definitely trying this again now that I'm digging. There are potatoes in here, y'all. Nice, very nice, I love that. Let's see if it's any more deeper down. And that the roots were definitely moving through the container. I don't see any more deeper down in there. I should dump this soil to see what I find. There was a plant over here too. Oh yeah, they in here. I think I need to figure out the best spot to plant the potato in maybe. But it's potatoes in here. Now, yeah, I might, nice. Nice, 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 nice. Look, yes y'all. And I may need to plant a potato in each. I didn't do it because I thought it would be too much. But also, if you can see, the soil is pretty moist in here. Oh, there's another one over here. Let me see. That one is kind of deep. Oh no, darn, that wasn't a potato. That was a bean stem. I'm just gonna drop it back in there. That was a bean stem. That wasn't a potato. Let's see here. I'm wondering though, do I need to just dump this soil to see if there's any more in here? Cause I don't know. You know what? Yeah, I'm gonna dump it into the Gorilla cart to see if I see, and then I'll just put it back in here. Let me get the Gorilla cart. And the Gorilla cart already has soil in it, so there's that. Yeah, I'm gonna just dump it in the Gorilla cart and then put it back. I just wanna make sure that I got all of the potatoes out of here. And I'm just interested to see if there's any more in here. Let's see here. Can y'all see? Let me see. So with this being my first time growing in Greenstalk, also can see all of the roots that do grow and form in here. So that's good to know because I don't know how fast it would break down. This may be, yeah, I don't see any more potatoes. So maybe, I think I needed to plant 6 spots with potatoes to get more potatoes out of it, which is fine. And I wanted those roots to stay. Those were bean roots, but for the plot, we went ahead and pulled it out to see if there was any more potatoes in there. But we got a decent amount of potatoes. Let me show you. So basically I put 1 potato in 2 of the pockets and this is what we got back. So I'm definitely gonna try this again. I think I'm gonna try planting the potato though, like closer to the middle. So it'll be able to come out of the pocket, but it can grow within the actual level. So we're gonna try it again, but honest truth, my potatoes this year in the bags didn't do well, and I don't think I got anything. Growing them in bags works fine. I just had a bad bag year, but I don't think I got anything this big out of any of my potato bags this year. So I'm excited about it. Definitely gonna try it again. I can't plant potatoes. If I've been saying tomatoes, I mean potatoes, y'all, but I can't plant them again until September in my area anyway. So I'm gonna wait it out, but I'm definitely gonna try it again because I think that it will definitely work. I'm excited. I think that because of where I planted it, they were constricted in the level pockets. I need to make it so they're not restricted and they can grow in the entire cell. Also, may plant them on levels. When I do it, I'll come back and do it with y'all, but I got a whole plan going around in my head right now. So we're gonna go ahead and put this soil back in here and then pull the rest of them down. And then we're gonna get to amending and replanting direct sowing for another summer harvest.